2022. This is TBEC and this is the Alfa Romeo GTA. And oh boy, is it quite special. So the Alfa Romeo Giulia GTA. This is quite an interesting car because for quite a long time Alfa Romeo didn't really make any performance sedans or even sedans at all, except for the time when this model, the Giulia, decided to come in for the 2015 to 2016 model year. So let's take a walk around look. Now this paint scheme is incredible. I mean, looking at it, it does the car so right. Although there is another color called Competizione Red, these colors are quite expensive. So I was told that this specific color right here, this white beautiful color as this car is around 80,000 rand. 80,000 rand for just a color. Now, considering it's Italian, I'm not surprised because, well, Ferrari charges a heck of a lot of money. Like, I'm saying a heck. But it's really stunning. So looking around here, you can see that most of the edges are carbon fiber. The boot lip over here is a carbon fiber, and also these large arches on the wheel walls, it's mainly gloss carbon fiber. It's gloss carbon fiber. And you know, especially with the clover leaf right here, which has been a signature hallmark for almost all Alfa Romeos, which dates back to its racing days in around the 60s, the 50s, the 40s, a bit of the 70s and the 80s, which has always been almost hyped as, you know, a lucky charm of winning races and doing other things like looking cool as well. Because with BMW, you look at it, it mainly has M, and with Mercedes it's AMG, but with Alfa Romeo it's the clover leaf right here. So something significant about the front end is, I gotta say, it looks way better and way more aggressive than the new BMW M3, which has been led through a lot of controversies. Although I don't like it. I never liked how it looks. I still don't like how it looks with those big, huge, just ugly pig nose grills, not kidney grills that BMWs are always known for. So looking here, you can see most of the front end is actually carbon fiber, especially with these side skirts right here, or in car terms, the canards that pass air all the way here from the wheel through the wheels right here, goes all the way to the back, especially with this other side skirt, which was a hallmark for JDM cars in the 2000s and 90s, and passes all the way through. So looking around the rest of this car, it's mainly made of Alcantara, as you can see up here, and stitched in red, and it's very beautiful, and just swoops down and really does not have a lot of glare when driving it on a hot day with the sun out. And believe me, it is hot in here right now. You have your series limited number right there. Alfa Romeo only made 500 cars. This is number 354 of them, and this is out of the 10 that came to South Africa, maybe the 2. So you can even see there it's even written in Italian, Serie La Matata. So that is really Italian right now. And you have all your controls right here. And what's weird is you still have a USB port, although most brands have moved to USB-C ports. So this is really an old platform. You can see this is really an old platform. Although it is finished in, honestly, just gloss. It's just gloss, just a gloss material, which will get fingerprints, because, well, I've sat in many Mercedes and I know that gloss does get fingerprints in the end. And so looking here are your cup holders, which are also finished in carbon fiber, which actually runs all the way down to the armrest right here, which is finished in leather and red stitching as well. And then you have your gear selector right here, which has 8 speeds, if I'm correct, has around 8 speeds, which is a dual clutch. And you have your parking brake right there. And this is for your suspension system. Now if you look very close, you can see the word DNA. Well, actually, that's, although we all know what DNA is in the real world, in car terms, this stands for dynamic, normal, and either attack or active. and then you have your suspension button right there if you press it, and then you also have race, which really does turn this car into some other beast. The one other cool aspect is it's actually imprinted with the tricolore Italian flag right there, so that is really cool behind the gears knob. Now this is for your infotainment, which honestly is better. As you can see, it is better to work with, although it is still slow. As you can see, let me try here. Yeah, this infotainment system is absolutely slow. FCA or Stellantis, as they're called now, really need to upgrade their infotainment system technologies. And you know, looking back here, here's your armrest. Honestly, it feels alright as the driver. So let's open here. You have your, this interestingly right here, this is for your automatic charging. So you just place your phone right here and it will just automatically charge. If I put my phone here, it will charge if the car is on right now. And then you have right here, you have your 12-volt socket, your DC socket. You know, this is a very small cubby hole. You know, you wouldn't be putting things like small bags, big purses, or a lot of other things. Now the thing about these seats are, these are track seats. You can even see here for the harnesses, for racing harnesses, this is a track seat. And right here you have your speedo, and you can see right there in tiny markings you have your clover leaf, which is also, well, the hallmark of Alfa Romeo. So they made it like kind of a little Easter egg that only so few of us will see, and it goes all the way to almost 200 miles per hour. Yeah, this car can go almost 200 miles per hour. And then you have your tachometer right there, which revs all the way to 8,000 RPMs. And imprinted there you have Alfa Romeo right there. And then up here you have your mirrors. Well, you have your mirror, as I'm saying. And right here you have all your controls for the lights, which comes on just gradually. It comes on gradually, not like other cars where it just flashes like this. This comes on gradually, and it goes away gradually as well. Oh, it just feels right. So the thing that I'm only complaining about this interior in the front is the infotainment system, which is really slow. BMWs and Mercedes have moved the game forward with their new MBUX and iDrives, and honestly Alfa Romeo needs to catch up really quick. So because you have most of your functions on the steering wheel, which is honestly feels really good, and it's flat bottom right here just like a race car, you have your lights and most of your other lighting controls over here. So you have all your lighting, you have your auto right there, you have your, this is interesting, it actually has auto start stop in a track car like this. So I'm guessing that would be a very expensive feature, especially in an Italian car. So looking here, it's also finished in Alcantara, which is also stitched in red, which is wow, this car is just impeccable. And then you have your mirrors right there, you have your mirrors, and then you have your tiny belts right there. And the nice thing about the seatbelt is it's actually red. So this car is very red themed in here. There's a felt in red, which feels really thick. Well, I can't really say thick, but it really feels nice. And so let's check out the back. So sitting in the back right here, it's very cocooned. You really do hear nothing from the outside world. So this is the passenger seat, which is finished in carbon fiber. And as you can see here, here's the opening for the harnesses for your racing seats right here. So sitting back here, this is a spacious back seat. I'm very surprised. I have plenty of headroom. Don't worry about the sweating, it is really hot in here. I have plenty of headroom. I have plenty of knee room, honestly, which is very surprising. Although if the driver in front brakes very hard, and according to these brakes they are very sturdy because they are carbon ceramic instead of normal steel. If the driver, if he or she brakes very hard and if you hit here, it will be a very bad day if you didn't wear your seatbelt properly. So looking around here, as you can see, looking up, you can see this is actually Alcantara. Even up to the roof line, it's Alcantara. So Alfa Romeo, they're really not cheapening out right here. Even down to the lights, they still come on gradually. This is a very incredible back seat. So looking here on your climate controls, you don't really have climate controls. You only have your air vents where you can push them to any side that you really want. So you'd really have to ask the driver or passenger nicely if they can change the AC or put on the heat for you. So looking back here, you can see even down to the seats, which is really incredible. Even down to this is Alcantara, just like the front seats, and not a lot of people will be sitting in the back of a car like this, and it is really incredible. Even with the red seat belts, this is really incredible. I mean, I'm really intrigued by this car, and I can say it's really nice. You know, you have some people over there, right there, just looking at this car and saying, wow, this is really dope. So this car is very nice, although with the price that it's at, around 4 million rand, I'm not really intrigued by that price. More on that a bit later. So looking at the back here, it's not really a massive opening of a boot. You know, this is not your regular Audi RS7 or RS6, but it goes in very deep. In fact, let me show you how deep this goes in. This really goes in. This is most of my stuff, so I have my camera bag right there, my camera equipment inside all of this, my holder, and then some bags from Alfa Romeo. And then here, if we open up, this is actually where the battery is. So because of weight distribution, they actually decide to put the battery in here, which is really smart. Since Stellantis is a very huge company and they own many brands, well, sort of own many brands, this engine is actually derived from Ferrari. Well, it's almost like a thrown away V6 or V8 from Ferrari. So they literally just asked for this, and this is an incredible engine. You know, it's really on top. It doesn't look like it's behind the front axle, so it's not front mid-engine like some Ferraris, or rear mid-engine. So this is actually a 2.9 liter twin turbocharged V6, which produces around 505 horsepower and 600 newton meters of torque, which can do 0 to 60, 0 to 100 in around 3.5 seconds, which for a vehicle of this size is really almost scary, but it can really do that. And interestingly, we should actually get a clip of this car revving, but before that you should actually look up here, which is also finished in carbon fiber. Everything means being light in this car. You have to be really light, you have to be really focused on having the best performance. So even the bonnet is finished in carbon fiber, not your normal steel. Yeah, this is really incredible. You can even see the clover leaf right there, and embarked on the sides, Alfa Romeo. Can I actually remove this? I'd rather not remove it. Yeah, let's get a clip of this car revving. Give it a couple of revs. So what are my final thoughts on this car? It is a very spectacular car, as you just heard from the sound exhaust. It is quite of a beast, honestly, and it's quite expensive. Although you will never see another one of these cars on the road. There's only like around 10 of them in South Africa. Well, scratch that, in Africa. So you'll probably never see another one of these. So thank you for sticking with us until today. This is our 3rd year on YouTube. It has been an incredible journey, coming from great distances to finally reviewing cars like these for you guys. So keep subscribing, and this is going to be a very interesting year. See you later.